Okay. We are going to talk about animals in habitats. Kelly, could you move up here, please? Kelly, could you move up there, please? Thank you. I'm going to read you a story by Dr. Seuss, who is very, very popular. When I say we're going to talk about animals in habitat, who can tell me what habitat means? What does habitat mean? Irene?
Where they live.
Where they live. Very good.
Well,
Yes.
habitat means their home.
Habitat means their home. Very good. Thank you, Kelly. Okay, the title of this book is called Why Oh Why Are Deserts Dry by Dr. Seuss. Who can tell me what this part of the book is called? Promise? Say again? The front of the book. What about this, everybody? The back of the book. What about this?
Spine.
The spine. What does the spine do?
Hold the paper.
It holds the pages together so they will not fall out. What is this part or this page called?
Title.
The title page. The person who writes the stories or the word in the book is called a what? The author writes the words inside the book. Who draws the pictures inside of the book? The illustrator draws the pictures inside the book. Very good. Why or why are deserts dry? By Dr. Seuss. I'm the cat in the hat, and today is the day that we're off to see deserts. Let's leave right away. You may think that deserts are bare and empty, but you'll be surprised by the things you'll find there. Insects, lizards, flowers and snow. What to see for yourself. Buckle up and let's go.
Everything rhymes with Dr.
Everything else, Dr. Seuss, yes. Why are deserts dry? I'll be glad to explain. There are very few clouds above them to bring rain. Without clouds, there is nothing to block the sun's light or to hold the heat in, so it gets cold at night. The air is so dry. Any rain deserts get dried up right away, so they don't stay wet. Without water, surviving in the desert is rough. Plants, insects, and animals need to be tough. All living things need to have water. Who knows what living things are? Yes. Okay, anybody else?
Trees.
Okay.
Living thing like the thing is living, not living like the us is living and the tree.
So basically, living things are what can eat, grow, and breathe, right? Okay. All living things need to have water. So how do they live where it's dry? I will show you right now. Desert plants must find water. Some have ways to store it. Roots spread out to find it or reach down for it. Shallow roots of its cactus pull water through. The cactus then stores it inside of its stem. There's a tree in the desert that's called a mesquite. Its root reach for water that's down 40 feet. So let's go all the way down. The Sonoran Desert is where we will find a very big cactus. That's one of a kind. It's called the saguaro, and I have been told it can grow to be over 200 years old. Yes. A cactus, you see, has deep pleats in its skin, but they will expand when water flows in. So the cactus can be skinny and dry, but as soon as the water comes in, it expands. Okay, it breathes out. It soaks up the water and then quickly swells. Like a sponge, it stores water in some of its cell. Sharp spines protect it. These are spines that protect it. Just how do they do it? They make sure that animals try not to chew it. This Gila woodpecker knows very well that a cactus will serve as a perfect hotel. She pecks a small hole and then slips inside. It's cool and it gives her a safe place to hide. When she's ready to leave, well, I have little doubt someone else will move in after she moves out. How do insects get water? What some of them do is get water that's inside the plant that they chew. These plant desert insects are honeypot ants. All year long, they collect the sweet nectar from plants. They store it inside them, and then they feed it to ants who are hungry whenever they need it. The Namib Desert gets rain rarely, and yet fog comes from the sea and makes everything wet. Here, the fog-basking beetle has a way to survive, getting water it needs to help it stay alive. It tilts its abdomen up. Water droplets soon slide down its body and into its water open wide. Animals differ in the food that they eat and the ways they keep cool in the desert heat. In the daytime, animals stay underground. Later on, when it's cooler, they move above ground. This cute finette fox's furry sole feet help him walk in hot sun. His big ears let out heat. Kangaroos lick their arms to keep cool off their skin. Then each digs a hole in the ground and climbs in. Yes. Yes. We asked this lizard how he spends his days. Each morning he's warmed by the sun's gentle rays. By midday it's cooler and it's time to hide. He slips into his burrow and goes deep inside. In the afternoon he is back in the sun. It is not hot now, as the day's almost done. Then he's back in his burrow to sleep through the night. He'll be up with the sun just as soon as it's light. Hawks, eagles, vultures fly in the air. They stay off ground. It's much cooler up there. Kangaroo rats never drink, but she eats lots of seed. The water inside them is all she needs. Roadrunners can fly, but they usually run. They catch lizards and snakes in a hot desert sun.
The lizards and snakes stay in deserts?
Mm-hmm. Lizards and snakes, you'll find them in deserts. Huh?
Stay in the desert.
Yeah, they do. The Sahara Desert geographers say it's almost as big as the whole USA. Here, the crone sandgrouse flies high in the sky, miles and miles to find water. And I'll tell you why. His babies are thirsty and waiting for him. So when he finds water, he flies in. He quickly flies in. He soaks his feathers until they are wet. This water is all that his babies will get. They drink from his feathers, which dry soon, and then he must take to the sky to find water again. Later on, after we're done, we have a project to do. We're going to make a book with animals and habitats. Okay? And then you get to take it home to your mommy and daddy, your brother and sister, and you can read it to them. Okay? Everybody.
That's just nice.
Out here in the desert, when the winds start to blow, there are a few plants to help hold down the sand down. And so, the wind blows the sand, which forms into dunes. It makes shapes in the sand like these crescent moons. What's this nomad wearing? It's called a burnous. It protects him from the sun. It is long and it's loose. People call nomads spend their whole lives here. They move place to place and keep moving all year. That means, who knows what nomads are?
People.
They're people. Do they have a lot of things? No, they don't. Because why?
How
Why
do they eat?
They eat, well,
They don't eat nothing.
they eat plants.
No.
We eat plants.
Oh, like potato.
Like potato, we
corn,
eat, yes.
lettuce,
They probably, sometimes they probably eat insects.
insects.
We eat insects too sometimes. We don't know.
I don't eat insects. Yes, you do. No, I don't.
But we eat animals though.
Like a pig. Like a pig.
We eat pork, which is a pig. We eat fish.
I eat chicken.
We eat chicken, very good.
I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat meat.
Alright, let me finish. Okay.
No, I don't eat meat.
In the Mongave desert, plants bloom, grow, and die, but they leave seeds behind in the ground, and that's why when it rains, these seeds burst into flowers so bright. There are rainbows of colors, a beautiful sight. They will not live long, but before it is over, there are lilies, primroses, sunflowers, owl clover. Some flowers stay open for only one day. Other birds drink their nectar and then fly away. Pay attention, please.
Oh my gosh.
Hummingbirds live in the desert, yes. In the shimmering heat, the sun's burning glare, you might think you see something that's not really there. It's called mirage. It's a bit like a dream. Things you think you are seeing are not what they seem. When you get a bit closer, things fade out of sight. They are not there at all. It's the trick of light. Stop it, please. Thank you. Yes. In a dry, dusty desert, if you suddenly see something green up ahead, like some plants or tree, it's called an oasis. Where these plants are growing, somewhere in the ground, there's water that flows. Some deserts are hot and the sun's burning light, but the temperature falls and it gets cold at night. Then the world comes alive with the owls, foxes, and bats, coyotes and rabbits, mice and deer and rats. Nocturnal animals come out and soon they search to find food by the light of the moon. Who are nocturnal animals? Nocturnal, what does it mean, nocturnal animals? Kelly.
They wake up at night and they eat stuff.
Okay. Nocturnal animals are animals that do not sleep at night. Okay? Like we have the wolves, the coyote, we have some rats, we have the owl, and owl is nocturnal. We have bats, yes. Before the sun rises, they all disappear. You would think all the animals never were here. Not all deserts are hot. The next place we'll go is Agavi, and here we will find ice and snow. This bacterian camel is happy to meet you. Some camels have one hump, bacterians have two. If he goes a long time without eating or drinking, his hump on his back starts steadily shrinking. They're not filled with water, but instead contain fat. When he cannot eat or drink, he keeps going on that. I fill up my tub and fill up my sink. That's about at one time what a camel can drink. Now, if you fill up your tub with water, you know the tub is big, you fill it up with water, and you fill up your sink with water. That's how much water a camel can drink at one time. That's a lot of water. We can't drink that much water, can we? At one time. But we could drink it over the course of years, but that one time, we can't do it, yes.
No, you
Yeah.
can't. No, you can't.
Give me a second, Kelly. He can drink 30 gallons of water and then he can go a whole week without drinking water again. Antarctica is the largest desert of all. The air is so cold here that rain does not fall. This desert is covered with ice and with snow. The ice never melts here and freezing wind blows. It is dark in the winter and cool throughout the year. Though scientists visit here, no one lives here. Penguins have a way to survive the cold weather. They get close together and huddle together. Today you'd find things that few people will see, and I'm so happy you saw them with me. A desert is true, is a harsh habitat, but I hope you discover it's much more than that. No day in the desert is ever the same, and once you've been there, you'll be glad you came. The end. Anybody have any comments? Anybody have anything they want to share about the books? Kelly. Because, yes, go ahead, Kelly.
The desert is hot. But and then about
Have a seat, please.
like summer, it's hot. It's very hot like summer, and the desert the same.
The desert is very hot like summer. Very good. You saw a camel? That's good. Anybody else have anything that they want to add about what they just learned about the desert and its animals and the people? Yes.
I've been on a camel before.
You have? Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous.
No, at the zoo.
Oh, yes.
My mom, she was on a field trip when she was like 14, like 18 years old. She went on a field trip to the desert. She saw all the animals that in there. She saw one of those birds, and she rode a camel with one. You know those men that make it everywhere the camel.
Nomads.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She rode one.
That's good. Anybody else? One more person. Okay, we are going to our seats. I'm going to give you a handout. In this handout, you are going to, this is directions. You're going to, the first part is going to be vocabulary. We're going to see like different habitats. We're going to see different animals, okay? And then we're going to cut and paste the animals to their habitats, okay? We're going to do this together. We're going to have animals like mammal, reptile, animals, reptiles, amphibians, and insects. Okay? Who can tell me what reptiles are? What are reptiles? Give me an example of a reptile. Yes. Something that lays eggs. What lays eggs?
Alligators.
An alligator is a reptile. Very good. Actually, no. An alligator is an alligator is a reptile. No, actually, the alligator is an amphibian. It lives in the water. Snakes are reptiles.
Crocodile is a reptile.
Crocodile. Okay. What's a mammal?
Oh, you mean
What's a mammal?
a bear? What
A
mammal?
bear.
A bird?
A bird. Anybody else know what a mammal?
A bird is a mammal?
A
Yes,
mammal.
it is.
Oh my god.
A bird
Lays
is
eggs.
What lays eggs?
Oh, a bird is not a mammal. Bird is not a mammal. But we were talking about mammals this morning. What were mammals? Give me the two mammals we spoke about this morning. Yes.
A dog and a cat.
A dog and a cat is a mammal. We read it this morning.
Oh,
Okay.
we're not mammals.
All right. How about this? We spoke about some. We spoke about some animals. What about habitats? Give me a couple of habitats. What are habitats? Yes, give me one habitat.
The forest.
The forest. Give me another habitat.
Cave.
A cave. Another one.
A nest.
A nest.
A home.
A home.
Oh, a river.
A river.
That's what it's called. A forest.
A forest.
There's a rainforest.
A cage. Yeah.
A house.
A house. Okay. We have rainforests. We have. Turn around, please. Thank you. We have rainforests. We have ocean. We have wetlands. We have deserts. Arctic. We have grasslands. Okay.
America.
Okay. The paper that you're gonna get is this. You're gonna have the vocabulary. Okay. And here we have wetlands. We have the wetland, rainforest. We have the desert, wetland, rainforest. That's not what we're doing. We have the ocean and Arctic. I will have you take your fuzzy down. Is that clear? Let's stop over there. And here we have the pictures that we're going to cut out. Pay attention, please. We're going to cut out these pictures and glue them where they belong. Okay? Make sure you write your names on these because I will be collecting them. Okay? Blue table to your seats. Green table to your seats. And orange table to your seats. And after we're done, we are going to watch a Magic School Bus video. Write your name anywhere on the front page. Be careful of how you cut. Over there. Yes.
Oh, she videotaped it.
Thank you, Promise.
I just cut the alligator and the alligator tail.
That's not hard. Did you know my brother didn't know how to open one of those blue sticks? I was the first one to see it. I was the first one to see it at
These are the books that you're going to be using back here. When you're making your book, you can use these books to create your animal book. There are different types of books. There's animal books. There's books about mountains, caves, ocean, desert, tundra, wetland. And as you're doing it, you're going to try your best to not miss out on the excitement because it is fun. There are very interesting animals in there that I didn't even know about. So take your time and do it correctly, and then you'll be good. This is a monkey. Where does the monkey belong? Some of the pictures may be too dark for you to see. If you're having problems, just raise your hand and I'll come over to you and I'll help you with the pictures.
Where's the pigeon? Where's the rainforest?
The rainforest is right here.
It's black and white. I can see the pictures. I can see all these pictures. It's tough. Oh, the cool one. I seen it before. The blue animal thing. Oh, this is the desert?
That's the desert. But let me see. The scorpion. Yes. Yes.
Guys, you know it could be bad there. They're not going to let you go to the field.
What do you think?
I'm good. Also, if you don't have no
No, thank you. Alright guys, you're doing a marvelous job. Thank you. You are doing a good job.
Can I put this in the wet in the Arctic. What does alligator?
While we are working on our books, we'll also be watching the Magic School Bus, and it's going to talk about the tropical rainforest. Okay, before I put on the Magic School Bus, this is the second part of our project. In the third part, I'm going to pick a couple of people to talk about it. We're going to make a book. We're going to make a book. Pay attention, please, and stop talking. We are going to make a book. In the book, we're going to pick 5 animals, and we're going to draw their habitat. I chose my 5 animals. I don't know how to draw them, so. And I wrote what they are, where they live, and what do they eat. Okay? So I did my animal book. This is how your book's put your hand down because I'm speaking. This is how your book's supposed to think. You write your own title. I chose my animal book. The first one is a butterfly. I drew a butterfly. No, I do not know how to draw. I'm not an artist. So I drew a butterfly. And I wrote butterfly. It's a butterfly. Lives in the garden or forest. They eat rotten fruit and tree sacks. That's what's around. That's what they eat. And then my next one is a camel. Camels live in the desert. They drink lots of water and eat grass and grains. Okay? Then I have a fish. Mind you, I don't know how to draw. Fishes live in the ocean. They eat planktons and anything nearby. Then I got a zebra. Stop playing with your hair, please. Have a seat. Have a seat. Take it out your hair, please. Thank you. Zebra. Zebras live in grasslands. They eat grass and herbs. What's your best name? This is zebra. Okay? Thank you for those who are paying attention. Have a seat. And the last one I drew was a snake. I don't know how to draw. I drew a snake, and I said snakes live in the wetlands. They eat eggs, birds, insects, and other rodents. Now again, so you're going to choose 5 animals, draw them as best as you can, and draw their habitat, where they live. And then you're going to write. So you're going to draw on one side, you're going to write on another. You're going to choose 3 papers, fold them into a book. Okay? We good?
Yes.
Yes? Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Hold on.
Turn around.
Inspector 46.
Inspector 46.
So, what did you guys learn today?
Reading.
Reading what?
About habitats and animals.
Animals and habitats. Can somebody tell me something about their books? Irene.
My book is about one butterfly. It lives in a rainforest.
Okay. Kelly.
My book is my favorite animal.
Okay. Could you tell me something about your favorite animal in there?
Butterfly and dolphin.
Okay. Anybody else? Yes.
My book is about rabbit. A rabbit, where he lives and what he eats.
Awesome.
Mine is about where animals live.
Okay. Could you tell me something about
Snakes live in deserts.
snakes live in deserts? Good job. Very good.
My book is about where animals live. The first thing I liked was where alligators live.
Good job. Anybody else? Up off the floor. Anybody else? Leave him alone. All right, so did you guys have fun?
Yes.
Did you guys enjoy the Magic School Bus?
Yes.
Can somebody tell me something about the Magic School Bus? Who can tell me something about the Magic School Bus? Irene?
They learn stuff, they explore stuff, and they look at flowers and plants, and they show you how the bees be sucking out the pollen, and they do lots of stuff that make them smart.
Good job. Kelly?
Then about animal where the beetle were to peccary bring and where they to fight.
Andrea?
They learn about how cocoa beans grow.
Okay, cocoa beans. Very good. Anybody else? Yes.
No, I just got to use the thing.
Go. Yes.
I learned that cocoa beans are used to make chocolate.
Cocoa beans are used to make chocolate, which is my favorite. Yes.
Sometimes chocolate is not good for you, and sometimes it is.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes fruit chocolate is good.
Cocoa bean come from gummy forest.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your presentation and thank you for your participation in your books. So you're going to take your books home and read it to your parents. That's your homework for tonight. You're going to take it home and read it to your parents, your family, and let them enjoy it. Tell them a bit about, what you learned today, what animals there are, what books you've read, and anything that is very exciting, okay?